So again, Ellen White, this is what she says: the idea of others gainsaying what you have learned by experience seems to you to be folly and even cruelty itself. But there are more errors received and firmly retained from false ideas of experience than from any other cause. That's a statement worthy of contemplation. People having a false idea of experience. So, for example, let's just take archaeology. Let's say you grew up believing in the Exodus as a real historical event, and someone comes along and gives you a video, a DVD, that is presenting what is supposed to be evidence in favor of the Exodus. And there's people saying, oh, well, archaeologists have found this and that, and it's confirming your belief. And you consider that genuine experience, a genuine way to come to knowledge. You watch this DVD and people seem like they knew what they were talking about, and it's confirming what you always knew to be true. Is that how it's done? Is that genuine experience? No, that's the type of experience that is merely habit and indulgence, blindly and frequently ignorantly followed. When we see a video that is presenting evidence that's just confirming what we believe, and we just go with it, that is a form of indulgence. It's also what is known as confirmation bias. We have a bias in favor of things that confirm our previously held opinions. That's not genuine experience. Remember, real experience is a variety of careful experiments made with the mind freed from prejudice and uncontrolled by previously established opinions and habits. So if someone comes to you and presents to you an archaeological DVD that confirms to you beliefs that you have already had, don't just take it and believe it because it confirms what you say. No, be critical of what it says. Do your experiment to find out, is what they are saying actually backed rigorously, scientifically, in material reality? And finding a wooden wheel at the bottom of the sea isn't the same as confirming the Red Sea crossing, for example. Just saying, like, you could say, oh, well, that's material reality, it's a wheel. Well, have there been real experiments in order to establish where it's from, how it got there, etc., etc., etc.? Has there been a knowledge of the principles involved in the action? Or are we just interpreting it as, oh, this is what it is because it confirms our belief, when maybe it ended up at the bottom of the sea for totally different reasons at a totally different time? And there's ways to test that. Like, oh, well, what was wheel design at this time versus that time? There's lots of ways things could be scientifically tested. So we have to actually do those experiments rather than just going with it because it agrees with us. That's not a genuine experience. Let's not go with something just because it agrees with us. In fact, if we find ourselves kind of going with something because it happens to agree with us, let's take a step back and say, wait a second, do I actually know this? Do I actually really have genuine experimental knowledge related to this?